Well, the pandemic shut down New York City restaurants.
And now one eatery says it survived that dark time because of a program that fed healthcare workers while also keeping cooks in the kitchen. Lisa Rozner shows us how it's helping even more people today.
From the kitchen of Amor Cubano in East Harlem to this long line outside the Latino Pastoral Action Center in Highbridge, the Bronx.
They're giving out quality food.
Today, the nonprofit Feed the Frontlines NYC is feeding New Yorkers in need through around a dozen restaurants all over the city. It was born out of Taralucci e Vino on the Upper West Side in March 2020, when a community member donated enough money to cover 40 meals for healthcare workers.
People had colleagues who were dying, and people didn't have time to get food for themselves.
23-year-old Isabella DiPietro runs the nonprofit with her dad Luca, who owns multiple locations. At the time, he says he had to lay off 95% of staff, but by crowdfunding donations for meals,
we brought back like about 50% of our staff just to make food, and I had my head bartender that was doing deliveries.
The DiPietros say there are many restaurants still down almost 50% in sales. During an empty lunch hour, Amor Cubano still had a chef busy preparing meals for a senior center, which it does now 4 times a week.
It's been like helping us a lot.
This Thursday, 2 Bronx restaurants helped feed dozens of people at the Latino Pastoral Action Center.
Well, sometimes if I get enough food, what I would do is I would take some of the rice and the meat and I would put it in a baggie, put it in the freezer, and then I can conserve it for another meal.
The center organizer tells me at least 500 restaurant meals are given out each week, but they need more.
We have to turn people away because that's how big the need is.
While mandates are being lifted, the DiPietros say emergency funds are disappearing and donations are needed to help even more people than before the pandemic. On the Upper West Side, Lisa Rozner, CBS 2 News.
Since 2020, the co-founders of the program tell us more than 200,000 meals have been served. For more information on the Feed the Frontlines, you can go to our website, cbsnewyork.com.